exercises, using their inferiors as target practice. Manon just shook her head. Whatever worked.
Hey guys, welcome back to another reading book vlog. To kind of start off, I just kind of want to go through some things that I've been reading lately and kind of just update you on where I'm at in terms of reading for the month so far. It's currently March 10th and I've already read 2 books and a novella this month. So the month is off to a pretty good start. So I figured I'd kind of just give some updates. The first book that I finished for the month was Ava Reid's newest release, which is Fable for the End of the World. I was fortunate enough to get an e-arc copy on NetGalley, and so I read that and finished it literally the day before the book came out, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I did end up going and purchasing a copy as well, and it just came in the mail today. It's this beautiful, this is the deluxe edition, so it's got holographic foil on the dust jacket. It's got some pretty sprayed edges. It also has a bonus novella in it, which is my main motivation for buying this deluxe edition, in addition to all the pretty special features on it, because I did really enjoy the book itself. It's being marketed as a sapphic Hunger Games, and I'd say for the most part I agree with that marketing. It is a YA dystopian novel, and it does have Hunger Games type elements to it. It's very insta-love between the two characters. For the circumstances in which they exist and end up meeting, the insta-love feels just like a lot and extra. It was just very insta-love for me, but the world itself is so interesting and fascinating, and I wish she had sort of expanded on that a little bit more, and I wish we got to learn a little bit more about the world in which they exist in and how the world got to be where it is in this book. They do explain that, but it happens very quickly, and I just wanted more from it in terms of world building. But overall, it was really good. It was really quick. Once it caught my attention, it held it, and I flew right through it. The next book that I have finished so far for the month of March is Wooing the Witch Queen. I thoroughly enjoyed that one. I enjoyed it way more than I thought I would. I didn't really know what to expect of it going into it, but it was just, I had such a fun time with it. It's definitely very romantic-y, and it didn't take itself too seriously. Like, it was very clearly just written as a fun romantic-y book, and I loved it. I had the best time. I was sitting there just like giggling to myself the whole time. Wasn't very high stakes. You know, it wasn't these big life or death war type scenarios like you kind of see in other romantic-y books that are very popular nowadays. The audiobook was only like 8 hours, I think, so it was very quick, and it was just different from a lot of the other romantic-y stuff that is kind of very popular right now. It didn't have like the shadow daddy character. It was just different, and it was a lot of fun, and it hit. It hit really good. It hit the way it was supposed to, and I'm really glad that I got it in my subscription and I decided to read it, because I would have been sad if I had read this down the line months from now, years from now, and missed out on that gorgeous special edition. And then finally, the final thing that I've read so far this month is Abby Jimenez has a new novella out called The Fall Risk, and I read that the other night. Very short, it took me about 30-40 minutes to read. Available on Kindle Unlimited for free. It was fine. I didn't think like it was anything life-changing. I didn't think it was as good as her full-blown novels that she writes. That's kind of, I thought it was just okay. Like, if you're a fan of Abby Jimenez and you just want something like quick to read on a quiet night, go for it. It wasn't bad, but it was just okay. Other than that, I'm currently listening to Heir of Fire. For those that don't know, I am doing a Throne of Glass reread this year, but I am only listening to it on audiobooks. I remember when I was reading Heir of Fire the first time, I really didn't care about Manon and the chapters about the witches. And this time around, I couldn't believe that I just like didn't enjoy those parts, and I wish I had appreciated them more at the time. And then outside of listening to that, I did start the Au Pair Affair. I already have a feeling that this is not gonna be one of my favorites from Tessa Bailey. I am not an age gap romance person, and that's what this is already off the bat. And I am still hesitant on the hockey romance thing. I also don't think it helps that the hockey team in question is a Boston team. And the Boston Bruins happen to be my favorite NHL team. And the NHL trade deadline was last Friday, and they absolutely destroyed me with the decisions that they made. This is not a hockey video, so I'm not gonna get into it and rant about my hockey team, but I was very unhappy with the decisions that they made, and my team wasn't in a playoff position to begin with, and so I'm just very turned off by the NHL and my hockey team at the moment. So I think trying to read this right now is gonna maybe be a little bit difficult for me. That's where my head is at right now when it comes to the Au Pair Affair and hockey romances in general. So I am at my local Barnes & Noble because there was a book that came out this week that I am very excited about. I got to read an early copy of it, and now that it's out, I want to go pick it up so that A, I own a physical copy of it, and B, I just like to support the authors of the books that I read early, and if I enjoy it, I want to have a copy for my own personal library. So I'm gonna go see if they have it. Hopefully they do. And then I also have one other thing that I am looking for. I'm doing a lot of gardening and outdoor stuff recently, so I want to see if there's any sort of like reference books or anything. Let's go. Okay, so that Barnes & Noble was weirdly, unexpectedly busy for a Thursday afternoon before most people get out of work, which was interesting. So I didn't film anything in there, and it was a very quick in and out trip because I have to get home. They also didn't have the book that I was looking for. Like I said, I wanted to look in their reference section to see what they had on gardening or like bird field guides and stuff, and their gardening section was pretty depleted. It's that time of year, so that's not really unexpected, and to be honest, I bought a gardening book last year, so I feel like I'm pretty up to speed on the gardening stuff, and I don't really need anything. I just kind of wanted to see what they have. But I did pick up 2 bird books. I got A Field Guide to Backyard Birds of North America, and then How to Attract Birds to Your Garden. So I'm trying to rejuvenate the garden and get the birds to come. I know my cats will like to bird watch, so that'll be exciting. To sit down and kind of leaf through these tonight and read about birds. So I've been reading the Au Pair Affair all week. I only have a little bit left, so my goal is to try and finish this tonight. I was semi-enjoying it. I got to the 3rd act breakup in it, and now I'm at the part where the guy is groveling to get the girl back. And honestly, what he did was like pretty crappy. The things that he said to encourage the breakup were pretty crappy. And I don't think they should get back together. Based on what the girl has sort of reflected on in her life and figured out about herself, I don't think they should get back together. But yeah, that's my plan for tonight. Finish reading this. I've got some book organizing and putting away that I need to do. We're gonna put away a bunch of books that I have lying around or that I've bought recently, and we'll just chat about it while we do it. Here is the standard paperback of Wooing the Witch Queen, and then here is my Owl Crate special edition. It's really, really beautiful. This is actually the reverse dust jacket of it. I did reverse it, the regular dust jacket, but this is the back of the reverse end page artwork. I am running out of space on both of these shelves, so this is probably going to get a little tricky, but I think both of these for now are going to live up here. Next is my Owl Crate edition of Deep End, and I can't decide if I like this dust jacket better, or this one also has a reverse dust jacket. And I can't decide which one I like better. But it has sprayed edges very similar to the paperback. The paperback was currently just sitting on my floor, so we're gonna put both of these away. This is gonna go on my rom-com shelf, my red rom-com shelf, with the other Allie Hazelwood books that I have here. Alright, the next book I have to put away is my Fable for the End of the World. And because I did pre-order this, I just got the pre-order incentives in the mail today, actually. I got a signed book plate and this art print and a leather bookmark. So this is gonna go, again, I'm running out of room. Okay, because my other Ava Reid books are right here. So it kind of needs to go right here. I don't know what to do. Okay. That definitely needs to go like that, though. And then Howl's Moving Castle. Okay, I'm gonna move, these are my two special edition copies of A Courting of Bristol Keats. I've kind of just held on to them for right now because they're really pretty. I was not the biggest fan of this book. I'm not even sure I'm gonna be continuing the series. And I feel like if I'm not gonna be continuing the series, I should probably pass these on to somebody who does love this book and will treasure it more than me. Okay, that means now Hook, Line, and Sinker, and It Happened One Summer can be pretty displayed. Howl's Moving Howl's Moving Castle can be displayed. I'm gonna take a moment and do a quick, like, once over the shelf and see if there's anything that we can declutter really quickly. Because I think there's a couple right off the bat that we can just get out of here and get rid of. gonna do that for now. I moved my Olivia Blake books up there. That freed up space down here because frankly the Olivia Blake dark academia books were a little out of place next to my Afterlight Romance and Emily Henry collection. So we did that, threw my special edition Deep End on display there, freed up a little bit more room right here. I am going to part with the X-Hex and then both of my Rebecca Searle One Italian Summer and Expiration Date books. All of these books were fine and okay. I honestly couldn't really tell you what this one was about. I read it so long ago and it's not something that I need to keep. I guess I'm just not a fan of, I'm just not a fan of the kind of books that she writes. These will go in some little free libraries near me. Couple more books to go through and put away. You did see me go and pick up Shoot Your Shot by Lexi LaFleur Brown, and then Sunrise on the Reaping. This is the Target edition with the poster in the back. This feels fitting to go next to the Ava Reid Fable for the End of the World. So that's where I'm going to put that one. And then lastly, I have my Fairy Loot for the month, the Scorpion and the Night Blossom. Very pretty, very vibrant edges. I really do like, look at that. Pretty amazing. I got a new microphone that I'm testing out, so we're gonna see how this audio ends up sounding. But, a couple of very exciting updates. First of all, I finished Sunrise on the Reaping on Friday, last Friday, a couple days ago at this point now, and it was amazing. Not really going to give any spoilers, so I'm not going to talk about it in depth too much. My quick thoughts on it were 5 stars. I loved it. I cried at the ending. It felt like Suzanne Collins wrote a book that captured exactly how I currently feel about things in the world. Felt like I needed that book in a weird sort of way. Next, in a surprise, this package showed up at my door today, and it was my pre-order of Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. This book doesn't come out for another week, but it's in my possession, and I pre-ordered a signed copy. So I'm very happy to have this in my possession, and I will be reading it this weekend. But tonight, I think I'm just going to unwind a little bit, and I have this journal here that my intent when I started the year was to be a dedicated book journal, and so far I have title page, my book goals, a pre-order tracker that I have not filled anything out for, a book tracker that I semi-filled out here, and that's it. I have a plan written down somewhere for what I wanted to do, but for now I do have this page semi-started, 2025 reads. And so what I did the other day was I printed out the little book covers of all the books that I've read so far this year, and I'm going to put them in here with the star rating next to them. Alright, so I finished putting in all of the book covers. Here's everything I've read so far this year. Like I said, I'm counting The Assassin's Blade. I'm almost done with it. And I have read it before, so I kind of already know my thoughts, and they're not changing much from the first time I read it. And so now I'm going to go through and just put my star rating for each one underneath it. And of course, I immediately smudge the ink on that. It's fine. But yeah, no, I so far, let's see, how many 5-star reads have I read this year? 6 5-star reads so far this year. I'm in sort of like a weird limbo after I finished Sunrise on the Reaping, where I'm not quite sure like what to read next. I'm listening to it, The Assassin's Blade, but I'm almost done with that. Um, Obviously, I did just get this in the mail, but this feels like a binge read this weekend type of book. So I don't really want to start this tonight. So I think I'm gonna see what I have on my Kindle. I do have an arc that I might start because it seems like just kind of like a silly rom-com thing. Based on the description, it feels like it's based off of watching those chicken shop date videos that you see online. So I might read that. I haven't heard the best things about it from other people that have also read this arc, but I might as well just give it a go. For those interested, it's called Well Actually by Maisie Eddings. Have my little Kindle page turner, which, if you don't have one, highly recommend. It may seem silly and ridiculous. I promise you, like, it's life changing. It's the best.